Narcissists have some seriously sneaky ways of digging in on us, manipulating us, and getting us to do what they want. And we've talked about a lot of those on this channel, but today we're going to talk about 20 plus ways that narcissists manipulate you across the board in ways that very slowly chip away at who you are during the relationship. That's what we're talking about today at queenbeing.com. Seriously sneaky and horrible ways that narcissists manipulate you to get you to do what they want in a relationship. So, let's get started. My name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. Sound good? If so, hit that subscribe button and we'll get going. Let's just jump right into it. These are some unusual ways, unexpected ways, subtle ways that narcissists manipulate you in relationships in order to gain control of you and run your relationship. A narcissist will be habitually late but blame you for the delays. For example, if you take an extra 5 minutes to touch up your makeup or tie your tie if you're a guy, the narcissist, who is always late, will stand there and tap their foot, tap, tap, tap. Come on, you're always making me late. Come on, come on, come on. Or the narcissist stands around touching up their makeup and tying up their tie, and when you show up and everybody says, hey, you're late, the narcissist goes, yeah, my partner over here really is always late, da, 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 da. And really they're the one who's late. They just blame you for their lateness. They are the one always flirting with people and cheating on you and doing bad stuff, and yet they turn around and project that right onto you. They say you're the one engaging in that particular type of activity. They start an argument that begins to escalate because they poke you, and pretty soon you hear them go, why are you always yelling at me? How come you love to fight so much? Next up, narcissists will drop the ball on a big important thing like paying the house payment or paying the rent, the electric bills, or whatever, doing something around the house that needs to be done or a deadline for something, and then they'll turn around and leave you to deal with it. They'll blame you, well, I don't know why you didn't take care of that. Another example, they sometimes will, like, let's say you have a chronic illness and you're feeling terrible, you're in bed, you've got the flu. They'll say something to you like, God, you're always pretending like you're sick, or you're always acting sick when you're not really sick. Another thing, the narcissist might rely on you for all of your cooking skills, but then when you need them to take out the trash or put a new roof on the house, they fail you and you have to figure it out yourself. Anytime you and the narcissist do something together, they take all the credit. A narcissist will always see everything wrong with you and never ever notice the bazillion good things about you. Like, for example, they might notice that you stutter when you talk sometimes, but they don't notice that you have a great job that makes their life so much easier because you bring a bunch of money into the house. Or maybe they notice that you are always behind on your laundry, but then they don't notice that you are working 3 jobs to cover all the bills while they're sitting on their ass doing nothing. A narcissist will always make you feel inadequate no matter what you're doing. A narcissist might consistently stand you up or leave you waiting while they insist that you are on time to the very second to show up for what they want you to be there for. They have no consideration of your time. A narcissist will clock your every move, know exactly where you are at all times and what you're doing, but if you have the nerve to ask them a single question about what they're doing, why are you always stalking me? Why are you always so worried about me? You're so jealous, you're so insecure. Anybody recognize that one? A narcissist consistently criticizes you and refuses to recognize any talents that you have, and in fact minimizes any talents that you have. A narcissist will keep you running in circles with their many requests and requirements. A narcissist will be standing there having a conversation with you, and as soon as they get bored or it stops being about them, they'll pick up their phone and start texting, or they'll call somebody or answer a call or whatever, mid-sentence. A narcissist will make so many demands of you that you become completely overwhelmed, and then they'll call you crazy for being overwhelmed. Let's talk about a narcissist in Facebook pictures or any other social media. They'll post very unappealing, ugly pictures of you, pictures you would never post, pictures where you have a double chin or where you look as terrible as you can possibly look. And yet, whenever there's a good picture taken of you, they'll never post it. But they also, if you're in a relationship with them, very often won't post a picture of you and them together being all happy because they might be afraid that their other supply would see it. They might post unappealing pictures of you and put ugly captions with them, just act like they're funny. A narcissist will make up rules in a relationship that apply to everyone but them. For example, they might say, okay, whoever puts something on the calendar first is the thing we'll do together. So you keep a calendar and everything seems good, right? But then they hurry up and fill up the calendar. Or if you happen to be able to pop something in there before they do, guess what? they're too busy that day, or that's just not really a good day to do that thing, or you just really don't want to do that thing. You'll have a conversation with a narcissist and 10 minutes later, they don't even remember it happened unless it's convenient for them. They'll insult you and poke you on your most sensitive areas all the time in order to tear down your self-confidence. They'll say you're too sensitive, or you worry too much, or you're overly vain, or whatever if you don't agree with them about their insults about you. They'll constantly compare you to other people. If it's a narcissistic parent, they'll compare you to your other siblings. If it's a narcissistic spouse or partner, they'll compare you to other people. They say something like, well, that girl really knows how to look like a woman, or that guy really knows how to take care of his girl, implying at the same time that you don't. They'll never let you finish a sentence without butting in, especially when it serves them to do so. Like if you're getting any attention from anybody ever, they'll do everything they can to tear down your social support, your family support, anyone who could possibly help you stand up to them. They'll hate that person and try to immediately cut that person out of your life. They will make jokes at your expense, or the expense of their children, or the expense of other people in their lives who are supposed to love them and they are supposed to love. And usually when they have an audience, so that if the person becomes upset, they can act all shocked and surprised and tell the whole audience that, oh my God, look at how they're overreacting. That's a crazy person. This is often used in conjunction with a smear campaign. They will instigate arguments between other people, triangulate people in order to more successfully manipulate you. They will lie or twist the truth about what person A says or does, so that when person B gets upset, they'll tell person A what person B said, omitting the part where they started it with lies, of course, just so that they can get people to give them information they can use against you in the future. If you try to call a narcissist out on their behavior, they will immediately claim that they're sad or depressed, or they're just not themselves lately, or they'll get defensive and call you a big bad liar. They'll say they're sick, they'll say all kinds of stuff, but under no circumstance would they actually accept responsibility for their behavior. They'll try to break, ruin, or destroy anything that you love, anything you care about, anything that makes you happy. This might be stuff, this might be people, situations, relationships. They don't care. You're not a real person to them. They might come home from work early one day, take a big old nap, maybe a lot of days. They come home from work, immediately go to sleep, and then when the rest of the family or the rest of the people in the house are ready to go to sleep, suddenly they have rage they must share with the whole world, and the whole world must acknowledge their rage, right? Yeah, it's called sleep abuse. They play the victim role like a pro. Anytime anything doesn't go their way, they act like the whole world's against them and it's mostly your fault. Maybe you buy a house, and it's a big, beautiful house. They don't contribute any money to it, and yet they walk around bragging to the whole world how you bought that house. Or maybe they are so proud of you because you got this great job and you make all this money now, and you're buying all these expensive things, and they're walking around bragging about you because you're their spouse or their child or whatever. But then at the same time, every time you're alone, they're like, you're so materialistic, you're so disrespectful, whatever. Or maybe you make a choice to be a stay-at-home parent. They don't support it, they don't like it, so they walk around telling everybody how lazy you are or how lucky you are that your spouse supports you. I could go on and on. With all that being said, this brings me to the question of the day. Did you recognize any of those strange manipulation tactics that narcissists will use on you? And if you did, which ones? If you have additional ones to add, what are they? Have you been manipulated by a narcissist in weird and unhealthy ways? If so, share your story, your comments, your thoughts, your ideas, your experiences in the comment section below, and let's talk about it. That's all I've got for you right now. As always, thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.